Well, Mr. President, today we've made, I think, important progress on a piece of legislation that we refer to with another one of those funny-sounding names, in this case, WRDA, spelled W-R-D-A. And that stands for the Water Resources Development Act. I won't tell you what I thought it stood for the first time I heard that acronym all those years ago, but it's the Water Resources Development Act. And while the average American who might tune into C-SPAN today has probably no idea what it means when we use its nickname, frankly, they are likely confused with a lot of the other strange acronyms that we use here in Washington as well. But the truth is, the things that this bill, this WRDA bill, will accomplish will have a big effect on the everyday lives of a lot of Americans. But many of them will be things that happen behind the scenes. There are many important functions of the federal government that require years of planning and action by Congress. And we as private citizens oftentimes sort of take them for granted. Hearing our local senator or member of Congress talk about critical dredging projects might sound boring, but if ships carrying groceries into our country's ports can't reach their destinations, that prices continue to rise, in some cases by a whole lot. That means families struggling to put food on their tables must figure out how to stretch their strained budget even further. For the neediest among us, that ship reaching its port isn't just a policy decision made in our nation's capital. It's a difference between a hungry child and a healthy one. But it takes a lot more work to keep our children healthy. In April of 2014, news broke of a horrendous drinking water crisis in Flint, Michigan. Our networks, our newspapers were flooded with images of families holding up jugs of discolored water that came from their kitchen sinks and from their bathtubs. It was like we were watching a nightmare unfold overnight, but in reality, it was years in the making. For decades, cities across this country have struggled to fund proper maintenance of their drinking water infrastructure. In Flint, officials repeatedly cut corners with little regard for public health concerns in order to avoid investing in high-quality water systems. Well, let's think about this, really. What is more important than an investment in making sure that our kids aren't drinking water that slowly stunts the growth of their brains and the development of their brains? While the national spotlight is focused on Flint, unfortunately, aging water infrastructure is a growing problem faced by way too many of our communities across this country. This year, the Guardian newspaper found that over the past decade, water departments in at least 33 large cities have chosen to test their water with methods that, get this, that would underestimate the lead levels in their drinking water. Underestimated. Philadelphia, which is just half a mile up the road from my home state and the hometown of Wilmington, Delaware, has been accused of having some of the worst testing procedures of any city in the United States, the worst. Congress banned lead water pipes some 30 years ago. But many of our pipes are older than that. In fact, we don't even know the full extent of the problem. Estimates of lead pipes still in use range from 3 to 10 million. 10 million. That means that some parts of our drinking water infrastructure are poisoning unsuspecting families across this nation of ours. We're doing, I think, good bipartisan work here today by moving forward on authorizing programs that will begin to tackle not all, but many of these issues. But this is only, in truth, the tip of the iceberg. The Environmental Protection Agency estimates it must spend nearly $400 billion between now and 2030. Think about that, $400 billion between now and 2030 in order to keep our drinking water safe. But it's not only pipes that we have to maintain to ensure that our water supply is clean and that we have enough of it. The Delaware River Basin, for example, supplies drinking water for more than 15 million people, 15 million. And people don't just depend on this water for drinking. This river houses the catches that our fishermen and fisherwomen depend on for their livelihood. This river serves as a shipping route to direct goods to and from our local businesses. It facilitates tourism that ripples through local economies up and down the eastern seaboard. Today, we've made important strides toward improving coordinated protection and restoration of the Delaware River Basin on which so many rely. And with this legislation, we're also taking important steps to strengthen our coastal areas, which are the first line of defense against extreme weather and sea level rise. For communities near the ocean in Delaware, a severe storm isn't just a day off from work or from school. It has the potential to wreak havoc on our cities and our towns, potentially destroying local businesses and causing irreparable damage to family homes as well as to our transportation infrastructure, our water and wastewater treatment systems as well. State and local governments that are already strapped for resources are then forced to scramble to help their residents rebuild. Instead of trying to patch up the damage after every storm, maybe we ought to prepare ahead of time to make our coastlines more resilient. That'll keep people safer and also save us a lot of money in the long term. I oftentimes say, I think I learned this from my grandmother, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. And no place is this saying truer than with regards to maintaining our local critical infrastructure. And too often we in Congress neglect our responsibility to invest in the things that make life possible and better. We shy away from reminding people that things worth having are worth paying for. But we weren't elected to take the easy way out. That's what we come here for. We were elected to make the tough choices required of leaders. Mr. President, I'm proud of the bipartisan work that's been done today to help make sure parents can feel confident about the glass of water they'll give their kids to drink at the supper table or tomorrow or the week after that. And I'm proud that we're taking action to address some of the often ignored businesses of running a nation like ours. I hope my colleagues on both sides of the aisle will join me to continue this good work. And let's remind the American people that with a little determination, a little more dedication, we can accomplish the responsibilities in which they entrust to us.